These 5 things give me the biggest ick from living in Germany. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please disregard the Christmas tree in the back. I know it's end of January. We just haven't gotten the time to put it away. So it's just gonna be here as deco. I hope you enjoy it. Today we're gonna be doing a Germany video, and we're kind of gonna be doing things that I hate about living in Germany slash icks that I have. I've been living here for about like 9 years, going on 10. It's somewhere in between there, and I have just seen some things that really and honestly and truly just give me the ick. And a big disclaimer, I know there's icks everywhere, okay? This is not me being anti-Germany. In America, where I'm from, New York, we got icks as well. We all have icks everywhere, but I'm living here right now. This is my channel. I want to talk about some things that I've noticed here in Germany that just turn me off. And again, these are not 5 reasons why I should leave Germany. They're just 5 icks that I have. So take that as you will. So let's actually jump right into the video because we don't have time to waste. The first one that I want to talk about is something called spatial awareness. And I thought this is something that everybody just grew up with in New York specifically, and also just being a Jamaican American. I thought this is just something that is just like innate. I didn't think it's something that you have to learn or be taught from your parents. But what I mean by spatial awareness, so for me, when I am in a public space, I do not walk very close to other people. If I'm standing like stagnant, if I'm waiting for the bus, waiting for the train, I will make sure that I will go in the farthest corner possible, or in an area where there is nobody else and I'm not inches away from the next person, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm separating myself from other people. I'm not like breathing down their neck. I just make sure that I'm in my own little bubble, and then I'm not crossing paths or intruding on anybody else's little space or that little invisible bubble that's around them and their personal things. I just thought this was a normal thing. Growing up in New York, I never had people in my personal space, and I feel like if you're from New York, you know that if anybody's in your personal space, if they're just standing there, if they're close to you, you kind of take this as a little bit of a threat. There's always this spatial awareness, or there's something going on, like somebody wants to fight, somebody wants to steal from you, somebody wants something from you if they're that close to your body and there's a lot of like empty space and they're that close to you. In Germany, I consider this one of my biggest icks ever because Germans don't know anything about spatial awareness. Like, they will literally stand right next to you, sit right next to you, and there's empty seats around, there's empty space around, and I literally don't understand why. My bubble is my bubble, your bubble is your bubble, and this is not just a case of like one-offs where this has happened to me. This is like every single time I go outside of my house. This literally just happened to me. I was going down south, Stuttgart, for a wedding, and I had Bo, that's my dog. We were waiting at the train station for my husband to come, and I was just standing in my own bubble by myself. It's not a packed train station right now. People are scattered, great. This old German couple literally stops right next to me, greets one of their friends, like literally this close, like her foot was on my foot. It was that close to hug their friend, greet each other, and mind you, I have my dog with me as well. They're literally breathing on my neck, standing on my toes. We can literally walk together. That's how close they were, hugging each other, talking, continuing their conversation. I had to actually be like, okay, hello, please, can you give me some space, some Abstand, because there's no reason that you should be that close to me and there's space everywhere. So this is one of my biggest icks. You guys can see that I'm very much fueled about this because I don't know why they don't teach this or why this is not a natural thing, but in Germany, people are not, you know, aware of spatial awareness. I feel like a lot of you are gonna be like, this is a global thing, but I will say for me personally, like, all of this is coming from my personal experiences. Living in Germany specifically, I feel like there is a lack of hygiene, and I'll say it in the way of like sneezing in public, picking your nose in public, scratching your butt in public, spitting. There is a lot of that, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, but you live in Berlin. No. I've seen this also in Stuttgart, down south. It's very heightened, and again, I'm not saying that in New York people don't do this, but I've seen it heightened here in Germany. For me, this is the biggest ick because I am not a germaphobe, but like I really don't like other people's bacteria circling around me, and I think that's a normal thing from any sane person. You don't want someone to sneeze in your face and you're just like, yeah, I'll accept it. No, you really want people to take care of their germs and their bacteria and their sickness and not try to, you know, infect everybody. This is something that I see often in the trains in Germany as well as in the buses. People don't know how to cover their mouths. I was taught from a small age that when you cough into your elbow. You make sure all of that gunk, whatever, goes into your elbow. Don't do it in your fingers because then you can touch things and then transfer that bacteria. You should always cough in your elbow. This is something that is like instilled in me. In Germany, people don't cough in their elbow, they cough into open air. So I'll be on the bus, for example, someone will sit behind me and they'll just literally like cough right in the back of my head. No tissue, no covering their mouth, just all open coughs, open sneezes. And I'm just like, did we not learn from COVID? I feel like that whole pandemic happened, the masks, the CDC telling us what to do, and it just seems like it isn't clicking. Like the 2 years that we were in lockdown came and went, and then after that we're back to normal. So that is like my biggest second ick, is just like the hygiene. And the same thing with like people picking their nose and spitting. I have seen so many cases of that in Germany in public, and it just feels like there's no shame, and it's just disgusting for me. It's just absolutely an ick. The next ick that I have, I feel like if you're on this video, you've probably already started to watch some other German videos and you're really interested in Germany, and I'm sure this has already popped up. One of the main icks about living here, obviously there are benefits, there's a reason why I'm still living here. One of the main icks that I have is the unfriendliness, and I think the unfriendliness kind of relates to another point that I'm going to talk about later, but people here are very unfriendly. And I find myself like being here for so long picking up those nasty tendencies. Like when I go back to America, I see myself being so unfriendly and so cold, and it's just because you have to kind of adapt to how the people are treating you in the country. I'll give you a prime example: grocery shopping. And this, I don't know, this is like Germany universal with grocery shopping. Down south, I had the exact same experience as I do here in Berlin. Going grocery shopping, you know, they're scanning super fast all of your stuff, like the cashiers, and not a smile, not a hello, not a, you know, a chipper. It's just all here's a price. You know, throwing the food. Even doing these like simple things with Germans can be such a draining experience, just because the people are just so unfriendly and just not ready to be happy. I don't know why, and I'm not saying that this is a universal thing, that every single German is unfriendly, but I have experienced a lot of unfriendliness here compared to other countries like Spain, Greece, African countries, New York. Like Americans can also be unfriendly, but I think I've experienced more like overly happy, like trying to make sure that the customer feels great in whatever space they're in. It doesn't have to be a restaurant or even a grocery store. It can be anywhere. They're trying to make the customer feel good. And I feel like here, the people that work in places, everyone's just unhappy. I can maybe see why. So this kind of transitions into my next ick, which is the weather here in Germany. I don't know why I thought when I moved here that it was going to be exactly the same as New York weather, because I was ignorant in that way, that I thought not everywhere was like New York, but I thought the places that have, you know, 4 seasons are very similar to New York. Like you have winters, but it's blue skies, there's sun. You have snow, great, but you still have blue skies and sun. You have summers, which are just great, super hot. And I thought it was kind of just like regular seasons, but here in Germany, oh my God, I was not prepared, and you need to prepare yourself. Winters here are absolutely atrocious. Think London weather, how people complain about London weather being cold, you're being blown away, you need rain boots, you need wellies, you need a raincoat. Think that for Germany. It's rainy, it's cold, it's dark. The sun does not make an appearance. Today is a rare day. We had blue skies. It's now again cloudy midday. Just give me something to work with, Germany. Just give me a little sun. Like it can be cold, minus, I don't even care. Like give me super cold, it's fine. As long as the sun is shining, I am okay, but you won't get that here. So that's like my 4th major ick, is just like you are vitamin D deprived. And the last one that I want to talk about is, again, if you're on this video, you've probably heard of this one already. It is the hard water, and it is a problem. I actually don't understand the concept of the hard water. So if you're a German and you're watching this, definitely comment below your thoughts on the hard water and why we have hard water. Because I know, for example, in New York, we don't really have such hard water, but you can't drink the water. So it's not the best water, but it's also not hard water. Here, the water is super hard. If you ever look in a kettle, for example, after you've boiled water, after maybe like 2 days, you look in there, it's disgusting. It is so strange. In the shower as well, you can see all of like the lime scale dried up. And then they say here in Germany that this water is safe to drink, like one of the safest to drink. And the dots are not connected. It's terrible, like for my hair, for my lashes. I find that my hair is not as thick as it used to be just because the hard water, it's hard. I'm gonna be working on actually getting a filter for my shower specifically, and as well for my sink. That is one of my last icks. You guys let me know out of all the 5 if you have experienced that, or what are your comments on that if you live in Germany, if you are a German. I know Germans have a lot to say. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely check out my other Germany videos. I'll drop the playlist here for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.